Greetings, it's Eric Packer, naturopath from New Zealand, author of Candida Crusher and formulator of the CanXida range of dietary supplements. Thanks for checking out my video. I've got another question here, one from a lady called Bonnie in Texas in USA, and Bonnie is asking me why she is not recovering while on the Candida Crusher approach. She's saying, help, Eric, help me please. I've been following your program now for 4 months, but I'm not really recovering. I'm only getting very minor results. Okay, Bonnie, well, let's go into a couple of different things on why that could be so and why you're not recovering. I'm going to refer to some of the notes out of my book, What to Do When All Else Fails. So this is a page out of the Candida Crusher book. So why many fail to get permanent results is a good one, to read. I'd like you to go through that one. That's right at the back of the book, because I do believe you've got a copy of my book, Bonnie, so it's good to go through that. So a couple of things that I want you to bear in mind. I haven't seen you as a patient, but I have received an email off you from time to time. Please note also I can't personally respond to all emails. I get way too many emails, so I do try and reply to some of the emails on YouTube. And we're going to start up, I'm not quite sure if we've already got a Facebook page, but I'm going to start up a Candida Crusher Facebook page where people can actually talk to each other, and I can come in there and moderate some of the comments, so that will help you out as well. So one thing I want you to do to try and understand is some people recover quickly, some people recover slowly, but most people recover somewhere in between, not too quick, not too slow. So progress also, or recovery from any kind of chronic illness, will happen in stages. I want you to understand that. And in the beginning of my book, I wrote a section on how people think they recover and how people actually recover. So they're two different things. When you start something new, or if you've not just done something before, you'll have preconceived ideas about it, whether it's going into a new relationship, starting a new job, going on a vacation, or whatever you do. Could even be landscaping your garden, like I've been enjoying doing. So whenever you start something new, you'll have these ideas on how you think it will go, but then there's actually the reality of how it will go. Have you noticed that things always take longer than you thought they would? A project that you're going to do, getting fit, for example, buying a new home, it can take a lot of time. And you need to understand that, because unforeseen things come up. When I was landscaping my garden, I had a look at this piece of land and thought, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to get a couple of machines in. We're going to, flatten everything out, put the soil down. I'm going to get pavers in, and it'll be a nice and easy job. Low cost, because I'll do the labor myself. Well, that's where I went wrong, because halfway through the project, I noticed that there was a huge big tree trunk partially submerged underground that took a lot of time and money to get rid of. So I solved that problem. It took an extra couple of days, almost a week, to clear that. And then I further progressed, and I'm digging away and I chopped through this major water pipe, and water's flowing out everywhere. Another problem. So I had one problem, small problem after another, bigger problem. But again, my motto is persistence breaks resistance. So I never gave up, and I kept on working, and now I've completed the job and it looks awesome. And it's the same with you, Bonnie. Water pipes will come up, tree trunks will come up, there'll be snags, things will come up along the way on your road to recovery. You may, for example, change occupation or change location. You may have some financial hardships at times, all sorts of things can occur, and many people don't take these changes into account on their road to recovery. Sometimes people even do crazy things like go scuba diving or go bungee jumping, and I wrote about that here. A further way to avoid aggravations and to improve your chances of a quicker recovery is not to begin a new hobby or sport when you're undergoing treatment. It is not wise to go bungee jumping, skydiving, scuba diving, long distance running, triathlons, for example. Your body is under considerable stress as it is when you're undergoing a yeast cleanse, and your immune system will be challenged, and this extra stress can only serve to lower your resistance even further, increasing your chances of aggravations and protracted recovery. Wait until you're fully recovered before you attempt any strenuous form of activity. Now, it's not unusual for me to talk to someone who says, well, I'm just getting fit at the moment because come springtime I'm going to do a half marathon. And then I'll say, well, do you think that's a wise idea when you've got bowel problems and you've got poor energy at the moment? And oh yeah, no, it's a good idea, because if I get fit and do this triathlon, then I'm going to improve my recovery. I say, well, don't do it. Don't be one of these weekend warriors. And it's the same with study. What's the point in completing a PhD? If you're sick, push the thing aside for 1 year. Put it off for 12 months. It's not going to work. What's the point in going into a new relationship with a partner if you're partially, well or unwell? You're better off waiting until you improve your health before you jump headlong into those things. So, and it's the same with your sensitivity levels, Bonnie. You need to understand that some people are sensitive, some people have got low sensitivity, some people moderate, some people have high sensitivity. So you've got to work out what your sensitivity levels are, and then make dietary changes and take supplements according to your sensitivity level. That's an intelligent approach, right? Very smart thing to do, because otherwise you're going to aggravate severely. Go slowly, take your time, understand your degree of sensitivity, understand that things always take longer than they appear. Have you seen the sticker on the window of the car, on the mirror of the car? Be careful that objects may appear larger than they are. Well, that's, problems may, appear smaller than they are in this case. In fact, they could be larger. Expect the unexpected, and be kind to yourself. Give yourself plenty of time for recovery. 4 months to 6 months is average for yeast infection cases, in my opinion, for sort of average Candida cases. But we get the seriously sick patients I see, and they can take 1 to 2 years or even longer to recover. So just bear that in mind, all right? So if all is not going well, I've written a good section in the back of my book, potential aggravations and how to treat them. So I go over all sorts of problems that could occur and how you can deal with those problems. In fact, I've done some videos on those. Headaches, anger, depression and crying, blood sugar problems, fatigue and low moods. Troubleshooting. If you still need help and you're not recovering, what to do? It's on this page here. I think you'll be able to see that. That's out of my book. It's right down the back of the book. Okay, so you followed the program faithfully, but you're not satisfied with your recovery. All right, something's holding you back. What the hell's holding you back? Here's a checklist. Re-examine your diet. Have you faithfully applied the diet principles I've outlined in section 1 of the book? Have you started to feel better and then include some of the foods that you eliminated early on, like caffeine, alcohol, sugary processed foods, or maybe you slip back into your old ways of eating or living? Be honest with yourself. 2, have you checked yourself out carefully for any potential food allergies? Sometimes you may need to do a food allergy test. Maybe you've brought those foods back into your diet that are challenging your body again like they used to previously. 3, have you incorporated the major lifestyle changes I've outlined in Chapter 7? And I've spoken about these a lot on YouTube. 4, have you got adrenal fatigue? You may wish to read Dr. Wilson's book on adrenal fatigue, or go to adrenalfatigue.org. Many patients I see have got adrenal fatigue, and they don't fully recover because they've either got thyroid or adrenal issues that are preventing their recovery. This is a big one, and this could be you. 5, you may like to re-examine your lifestyle, especially consider the balance of demands on your mind and body that you're making. Have you completed the home stress test? There's a stress test you can actually complete in the book. Are you taking enough time out from the hectic demands of your work and family life? 6, re-examine your exercise program. Are you moving your body at least 3 times a week, or are you chained to your computer? 7, how's your sleep? Do you have insomnia or difficulties getting to sleep, or early waking? You will never have a good immune function if you have a continual sleeping problem. And read my section on insomnia. I've done some videos, completed some videos on sleeping disorders as well. 8, have you discontinued taking unnecessary drugs from the doctor? Can you stop the oral contraceptive pill, antibiotics or hormonal treatments? Okay, you may be on steroids, for example, hydrocortisone, too much of that, or prednisone, and this could be suppressing immune function. 9, how's your environment? Have you cleaned up that moldy ceiling or bathroom? Are you still using chemicals or exposed to fumes, poisons or chemicals in your occupation or around your home? You may want to seriously think about finding another job if you're around any kind of chemicals. A greenkeeper saw me with a yeast infection and finally beat chronic jock itch once he got rid of his job and the chemicals that went along with it. Are you taking the right kind of dietary supplements? I designed the Candida, the CanXida range of supplements specifically for people to get them well fast. So check out CanXida.com, CanXida. So there's some pretty fine supplements on there that took me a lot of figuring out. Yeah, so have a think about those points, Bonnie. So those points were written for someone just like you. You know, if you go through that checklist, you need to try and work out why you're not recovering. And, you know, sometimes there'll be one obstacle to cure that's holding you back, that's preventing quick recovery. And I'm sure you'll be able to figure out. If not, book a consultation with me and let's just see how you're going there. And sometimes I'll say, oh, hang on a minute, this is a problem. And then sometimes people say to me, wow, I never thought that was a problem. And other times I'll say, oh yeah, well, I knew it might be a problem. I thought you were going to say I can't have my 1 can of Diet Coke every day, you know. So, all right. And don't forget to do my quiz, Bonnie, yeastinfection.org. There's a quiz you can do. It's the internet's best quiz to determine your level of severity for Candida. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for checking out today.